The key objectives of what we're going to do is we're going to define resilience. I'm going to introduce you to the concept right now. Resilience is suffering strategically managed. This definition comes from a book called The Art of Resilience by a Stoic sports scholar named Ross Edgley. This individual has done things like swim around a country without ever setting foot on land for 6 months. He did it hour by hour, moment by moment. And if you leave with nothing else here today, this is the most important thing that I could ever offer you. It's my favorite quote of all time. The past is history. The future is mystery. Anybody. The present is a gift. Everything that matters most is the present moment. How we go about overcoming self-sabotage in all these different ways comes down to building resilience in our life, and here are the reasons why. There's this concept of intrinsic motivation, this idea that you do things for the sake of doing the thing. Having a vision for your life gives you direction. But after you have that vision, how do you step into it? Well, it comes down to this idea of identifying your values. What do you stand for? So once you have the standard based on the vision that you set for yourself and the values that you inject into that vision, it becomes, what standard am I going to hold myself to? Am I going to go and say I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m., but then I sleep until 7:30? Well, no wonder you're not confident or feeling like your best self. You broke a promise to yourself. Every single day you wake up, you have an opportunity to decide who you want to be, what value you want to create in the world, what problems you want to solve. And so the more grit, as Angela Duckworth defines it in her book, Grit, Passion and Perseverance, the more you cultivate that passion, right? Self-reliance, that is tough. That's tough. But when I felt like I wasn't enough, it was, how can I love myself through this? How can I have grace with myself through this? How can I be kind to myself through this? That's the feedback loop. Because then you spend less time ruminating and more time taking action and redefining it in your life. So this way you can change that feedback loop and stop telling yourself you're not a tough person. You become tough every single day. Every day of creating so much evidence that it becomes unreasonable for you to believe otherwise, that you are not who you say that you are. And the burden of proof is on you. Now, in a room full of attorneys, I know this has to resonate with somebody, but that when you understand that anything about your character, it's about you not looking in your cookie jar of things that you've accomplished to say that you are the person that you want to be, that you are exactly who you say that you are. And so this whole narrative of me telling myself I'm a kid who didn't make any teams and I got picked last, I created so much evidence that it was unreasonable for me to believe otherwise. That's the evidence frame. This is a question that I pose to every guest that comes on my podcast. I'm about to pass 180 episodes. And the question is, if the future version of you from 10 years from now were to fly in and offer you some advice, what do you think they would say to you? Do I have any volunteers?
You have a goal for yourself. Just keep going. And even if you get slapped down, keep going for it.
Keep going for it. I love it.
You were talking about self-sufficiency along with awareness, self-love, grip. I guess my thoughts and yet my question is, what about the importance of mentors and others who are supportive of you?
Hanging out with toxic people, right? It's not the best for our growth. And so when it comes to having supportive people in your life, it's so important. All I do is seek wisdom from others. Again, it comes down to asking questions that are value-driven, questions that maximize people's time. But the point is, you need people in your life that you can rely on to guide conversations, to help inform your decision-making, get more clarity, more direction on the things that you can and can't build into your life. But ultimately, recovery, gratitude, reframing, values alignment, intrinsic motivation, getting to know yourself at a higher, deeper level is what it comes down to. When you list everything that you would do out on your perfect day, you circle how many of those things you could do on a daily basis. And the idea is that those moments, that cup of coffee with someone you love, that walk in the middle of the day, that movie that you enjoy, however it is that you like to spend your time, to build that into your life. I try to use my daughter's smile as a trigger for me to put my phone down, so when she says, "Daddy's busy," I'm not missing the moment that's in front of me, because for the first 10 years of my life, I'm the most important person in her life. And if I'm not there, why did I do this? You won't have to feel burned out. You won't have to feel tired or exhausted. You'll be more intentional about the things and choices that you make on a daily basis. Hi everyone, welcome to Inside the Inspired. My name is Jonathan Cohen, and I have a quick favor to ask you. If you're getting any value out of this content, please take a second to subscribe to the channel. You help us reach more people, and you can also stay up to date with all the latest content coming your way. Thank you so much for tuning in.